Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Sorry for the delay. I had to add the intro play a second time because I was something happened, anyways, with the dogs, who had to figure this out. But anyways, hey, long story short, welcome. I'm back. I'm back from Europe. So last week I was not able to have a Forex talk with Bear. I do apologize, but it was not possible. So yeah. So again. So the algorithm's gonna punish me bad. But that's it is what it is. Hey, the mission here is to help at least one person, and we'll be happy. All right, so doesn't really matter. I know most of you is gonna be watching the replay, and I always get those comments by DMs. Like just recently, like a couple minutes ago, Lloyd actually texted. I don't know if I'm supposed to show that, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't care. But Lloyd actually got the same trade that we discussed. So yeah, so we got tons of those DMs, and yeah, I'm happy to know that I'm helping you guys, and you guys are catching the same trade and making money from this. So man, amazing week so far. Like I said, amazing week. I mean, only took one trade, but it was a very good trade. Actually, it's not true. I had a second trade also. I was trying to close at break even just before going in the plane. The reason why is because I'll explain in just a couple minutes. But anyways, long story short, I didn't have all my confirmation aligned, and I was not able to manage it since I would be on the plane for like 7 hours. So I was like, you know what? Let me just close this minus 5 pips and let's go. So but the rest was amazing. That trade was good. I had to have two other trades also that actually played out perfectly, but I was not able to catch it because I was actually in the plane or in transition, jet lagging. So, but I explained those trade live, and I know some of you guys actually catched it up. So I'm really happy about that, and congrats to all of you guys who I was able to manage to catch those trades. So, hey, first thing first, this is Forex Talk Over Beer. So, I mean, this show would not be valid if it was not about drinking a beer with you guys. So let's crack up this little beer right now. We're going to be drinking it's called from Messerem. It's IPA 6.2%. All right, so we're going to go with that. And we're going to get going, guys. Let's see. The color is really nice. All right. Ooh, smell pretty good. All right. Cheers, guys. All right. Okay. So let's jump into it. Yeah. Okay. We're good. Okay. So let's jump into it, and let's do this, and let's move this. Here we go. Perfect. We're good to go. Let's start with GJ. Okay. So let's start with GJ here. Let's put the screen bigger. Okay, so let's start with GJ. Where are we at with GJ? We were expecting price to come down here. I was actually waiting for a pullback here. This never happened, so I just didn't took any trade. So let's remove this. Let's update everything. I think, do we have to update anything? Let's see. The weekly is still bullish. So that's why I didn't took any trade here. We're still bullish. Okay, perfect. Daily is bearish at the moment. If I want to take it to the bullish side, I'm gonna wait for the daily time frame to come down, retest here to continue to the upside. And the 4 hour right now is still bearish. So if I want to take a day trade, that was the idea of the pullback here. I was waiting. I was waiting for that kind of pullback right here to come down. That would be a day trade because I had the daily and the 4 hour in sync. So I would be going for the day trade, but it never really happened. So now what's next? GJ, I'm just not going to be interested in it right now because it's just playing games here. The only way I'm going to be interested in GJ, like I said, if we got the daily going back bullish here, breaking here, and going up, I would be interested. Or let's say that the weekly Friday, let's say that Friday we do close under here. Next week is going to be interesting to see if we can have a move down here, come up, retest this support to continue to the downside. But that will be next week because we need to wait this candle where it's going to close. Okay. All right, so let's move on. By the way, guys, I don't see who's live right now. I have a problem with my other screen. Hold on, I'm just trying to get it, but whatever. If you guys are live, or even if you're watching the replay, just make sure to smash that like button. I'm gonna try to figure out the screen here sometime, but let's do NZDGPY. Okay, so NZDGPY. Okay, so this was the trade I was trying to close at break even, but I was not able to close at -5 pips. The reason why, I'll show you. I'll show you right now. Okay, if you look at the weekly is bullish, right? And we came down like kind of somewhere in here, and come up in a retest. Oh, we're gonna take a look on the daily. It's gonna be easier. Here we go. Perfect. Right here. So here, the daily, I mean, we come up, come down, we finally were bearish. So I was trying to do a day trade here on the here, boom, retest to go down, but that was taken on, let me see, that was taken on Wednesday. Yeah, so Wednesday. So what happened here, the 4 hour was bearish at that time. What the fuck is going on with those lines? Wait, what a second. This is no good. Here we go. Perfect. Okay. So now I did update it, but when I took that trade, the 4 hour was bearish, right? Because when it was like, it was here. Okay. So now if you look on the 1 hour, if you see the 1 hour, let me grab this here. So 1 hour, boom, boom, was bullish here, and finally went bearish, and we got the pullback. And if you look on the 30-minute, actually, so I took it on the 30 minutes right here. All right, so right here we got a nice engulfing candle, 30-minute engulfing. So I took the entry right here and write it down. The problem is, yeah, we went in profit for a bit, and after that came back to my entry, and I was just about to get on the plane. I was like, you know what, let me close this, because I'm going against a weekly and I'm not going to be able to manage it. I'm going to be on the plane for 7 hours. So I actually closed at -5 pips, but it is what it is, So, I mean, this was a day trade. So that's why I'm not super patient with those type of trades. Usually I would set it up and forget about it, but day trade, I still want to manage it a little bit, because I know I'm not going with my full confirmations. Okay. So that's why I was a little bit iffy. I was also risking only 0.5% instead of 1 or 2%. On the other trade, 80 CAD, I would risk it 2% on that one, so made a 6% gain, which was beautiful. If you look at the weekly, boom. If you look on the weekly here, all right. So let me just set it up here. Okay. So if you look at the weekly here, we were bearish. We came down and we come up to retest previous daily area of interest. We close with a nice bearish engulfing candle. I was like, all right, this is beautiful. Okay. I mean, nice weekly bearish engulfing. Sorry. Now, if you go back on the daily time frame, sorry, where is it? Daily time frame right here. All right. So right here, the daily time frame, we went up. We broke structure. We came down right inside of that golden zone. So what happened when I go inside my golden zone? I go to 4 hour time frame, and we make sure we are bullish, right? So if you look here, we are bullish from there to there. We got a pullback inside that golden zone. We got a nice doji rejection. We love this, because when we get those, usually means that we're gonna reverse direction. So what happened after that? I went on the lower time frame. I want to see a switch of structure. So what happened now is price was bearish. Oops. Price was bearish. If you see, super basic. We're creating lower high and lower lows. Here, boom, boom. And here we are still, yeah, here we flipped bullish because we broke above, but right after that, we created a lower low. So we came bearish once again. After that, we went bullish. We came down, and here we got a nice doji. And if you look on the 30-minute time frame, What happened is we got a small engulfing candle. But you know what I did? I mean, it was not engulfing. So what I did, that's why my entry is right above here. I waited. I used the dogtail strategy here. So I waited for the tail to be formed. And once we broke the high, this was my confirmation, took the entry. So the reason why it's a bit above, it's because of the spread. So the entry is a bit above that wick, and place stop under the support, because if we do break under the support, that means that I'm completely wrong, right? So I was expecting to go right at it, and my final target, to be honest, for this trade was the daily structure right here. If you see here, boom, oops, oh, Jesus, right here. So this was my final target. But to be honest, I was traveling and taking the plane. So I was like, you know what? Let me set up a TP at 3 to 1 and I'll be happy with it. Reality is, yeah, I'm super happy with it. But I'm more excited to realize that my TP was actually perfect. And it would be like a 5.6 to 1. So this, like, I love seeing this. Even if I didn't catch a full move, I love seeing that I was right. So next time I can actually act on it and make sure that I go for my full TP. You can always secure if you want like 80% at 3 to 1 and let the rest run if you want, or and put your stop at 8 to 1, so at least you're not losing anything or any profits. So that's something else you can also do. Okay. But yeah, this trade was beautiful. I mean, beautiful, super happy with it. And the only thing that you got to be careful though, it was this weekly, yes, is true, it was bearish, but there's a big but, and that I want you guys to realize this. Okay, the reason why I was less stressed than NZD GPY, that we were going against the weekly time frame. The difference with AUD CAD is, look, you got to understand like price action and candlestick formation. Okay, look at how many wicks we got here rejecting this area. you know Look at how many reaction right there, and we always close above. So that's why I was less stressed to come back up. Plus we had a huge wick down, a lot of fuel to push the price up. Plus we had a huge ass weekly engulfing candle with a huge ass wick to fire it up. Okay, so that is the other reason why I was very confident with that trade, and I used 2% on that trade. Okay, cheers to that. Okay, so what's next? NZD CAD. Oh, NZD CAD. Yo, NZD CAD. NZD CAD is the trade. Again, if you've been watching for a little while, I've been talking about NZD CAD since like March, February. I can't remember exactly when it was, but I was waiting for this trade for so long, and it's finally happening. So if you look at the daily flip bullish. I waited for the pullback on the 4-hour time frame. So if you look, 4-hour time frame went bullish. I waited for the pullback inside that golden zone, and we finally have a nice engulfing candle. If you look on the 1-hour time frame, we went from bearish. So if you look at those red lines, we went from bearish to bullish with a nice engulfing candle right here. So I actually took it on the 30 minutes. Sorry. So right here, boom. Okay. So it was beautiful. But actually, I said I took it. I didn't took it. Okay. I took it on paper trade. After actually, I'm explaining you the trade. The reason why I didn't took it is because I was traveling. But this would be the exact same entry I will take. So I can say I had taken that trade, but that would be bullshit. I didn't took that trade. Okay. But I wish I would have been taking that trade, because I was waiting for a long time for that trade. So now, how am I gonna be back in that trade though? So that's really important, because if you missed it, like myself, because I was traveling, where am I gonna get in? Really freaking simple. Okay. So first, let's update our lines. Okay. So we're gonna update our high and high low, like right here for now, because that's the one that's closed. Right. Let's do the same thing on H1. So right now, H1, This is going to be the H1, 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 high, low, and H1, high, high. Here we go. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, we're about to create a new high high. Let's do the same thing on 30 minute. Oops. Damn. So 30 minutes, that would be, let's zoom in to make sure where we at. Actually, this one is the higher high. Okay. So 30-minute bull. And god damn it. Okay, fuck it. Whoops, no. There we go. Perfect. So this was the, oh, actually that's not true. So this was the high high, and that's why you need to use those lines because it's less confusing. You see from there to there, we got a higher high and a higher low, but look here, we broke under. So this becomes the lower low, and this, oops, this sucks, man. Okay, and this become the lower high. Man, I got so many, you know what? Let's hide this for 1 second. Here we go. So here is bearish, and hold on. Let's do it precisely. Yes. So it's still bearish. Okay. So sorry, guys. It was a little bit confusing for 1 second. And 30-minute bear. Okay. Perfect. So, okay. So now let's recap where we want to get in that trade. So I want a bearish 4-hour candle. Once we're gonna have a bearish 4-hour candle, I'm gonna be able to place my fib and see where we're gonna be having a pullback, and I'm gonna get back in that trade on the pullback. I'm guessing, it will be probably something around here, probably to retest this area, or, this zone right here, so that would be very possible. But again, I'm waiting for the bearish 4-hour candle to place my fib and execute. You see here, we had a rejection inside that golden zone. It was perfect. So I'm waiting for the next thing to be back in that trade. I don't care about being late on that trade, because this trade, if you look on the bigger picture, look here on the weekly time frame, this trade is about to go up here, and eventually pass this to create a high high. So that's why I don't care about being late in that trade. That trade is about to go to the moon. Okay, so this trade, amazing. Okay, cheers to that, guys. Don't make sure, I cannot see who's in, who's live, whatever, but just make sure to smash that like button as you come in. Okay, even if you're watching the replay, please make sure to smash it. All right, so now let's take a look at Euro AUD. Euro AUD had some nice opportunity, but we were missing confirmation. I had like 2 people sending me DMs about a loss on Euro AUD. I was like, guys, like, why? If you look at the weekly is bullish. Okay, weekly is bullish. The daily is bullish. Okay, so the daily is bullish, and the 4-hour is why I have my line there? Wait a second. From there to there, there to there. Where why? This should be over there. Yeah, perfect. So the 4-hour is bullish also. Okay, so I don't see where I can sell, like there's no point of selling. If you sold, like, the only way I can see a sell is probably like somewhere in here, if you got trapped in the fact that, you forgot to mark your line and you didn't realize that this, this was bearish, right? Just, I mean, there's no pullback in here. There's no pullback. There's no elbow. Okay. So I know sometimes it can be confusing, but there's no elbow here. So this is still bearish. And you're trying, I mean, so I don't know. For me, it just doesn't make sense. Okay. So daily, 4 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour. Let's see here. I'm trying to see like if we can get in that trade in the next couple of days. I really like what I see. I think next week, if we do show up with a nice engulfing candle, that will be it. Because I mean, if you look here, I'm pretty sure we're inside that golden zone now. Yeah, guys, I'm not making this up. Look at this. We are inside that freaking weekly golden zone. Boom, right here. Pow. All right. So we're inside in here. So now what we do, we wait. Okay. So we wait. I mean, and also don't forget, now the daily is bullish. We're getting the retest here. So which is perfect. You just got to be patient. Just got to be patient here. Okay. Bullish. Now we got the 4 hour time frame. We got a nice engulfing candle. It would be nice to have an entry somewhere around here, but let's see if the 1 hour was giving us an entry. 1 hour was bearish. Yeah, so that's it. So I need to place an alert actually right here saying H1 going bullish. Perfect. And once we're going to be breaking up here, that means that 1 hour flip bullish, and we're going to look for a move to the upside. Plain and simple. 30 minutes, same shit. We're still bearish. Perfect. AUDCHF. Is that trade idea still valid? Yes, it is. Look at this. This is beautiful. Like this is beautiful. Okay. So I think next week whoa, Siri's talking to me. So I think this is amazing. Okay. Because I've been waiting for this pullback since what? Once we had that bullish doji, I mean, in August, I actually put that arrow there. I placed my alert there, and once I got my alert, I placed back this pair up here and watching it. So if you look on the daily now, I actually missed the first entry, to be honest, because the daily flipped bearish. Oh no, we don't have a pullback. Wait, what? Hold on, wait a second. Yeah, no, I don't like this. I made a mistake here. So here, we don't have a pullback up there. So this is still bullish. So let's change this. Daily. You see, I love lower high, yeah. I know, higher low. What am I saying? Higher low. Daily higher low. Here we go. And daily higher high. Here we go. Perfect. Okay, so if you look here, we're still bullish. So I need the daily to go back bearish. To be honest, the best thing would be for this to go up here and something like this, to continue down. And I will grab the entry around here. So I thought it was nicer than that, to be honest, because I thought it was bearish, but we don't really have a pullback in here, So even if I zoom, we don't have an elbow. Like this is just like straight flat. This is doji. It doesn't count as a candle. So yeah, I was more excited. So I think I'm gonna have to postpone this. This 4 hour is bullish though. I placed an alert here to know when it's gonna be flipping bearish. So yeah, so actually I'm gonna place that. Yeah, I put it green, so I'm gonna move it blue and drop it down a bit because it's not that exciting anymore. GU, just playing game right now. I was expecting like a pullback around this area to come down, and it's actually going higher. So let's see if we are respecting the safety net here. Yeah, so far we are respecting the safety net, so it's still valid, but not really excited about it. So let's put it blue, and drop it actually under AUDCHF. Euro USD weekly. Weekly is at a lower low, and we're about to create a lower low. So the only thing I can do is if the daily, like right now, the daily is having a pullback. So it's going to be either this, like around here, or, you know, retesting to go down, you know, something like that. But not really excited about it. It's kind of a GU, just playing games here. We're still, let's see about our fib. Are we still in the game? Yeah, we're actually inside that H4 golden zone. Actually, let's mark it down. Let's mark it down. H4 GZ. Let's remove this. Okay. So you know what? This might be interesting. If we get the lower time frame to switch to bearish in the or the 30-minute to flip to bearish, yeah, it can be interesting. Actually, let me put that green now. Boom. And move this up here. All right, GA. What about GA? What about GA, baby? Guys, don't forget to smash that like button as you come in. All right, so GA is bearish now. We are having this pullback, which is a retest of this structure. Look at the daily here. Daily. Yeah, okay, so daily just went back bullish. So yeah, not really. Yeah, I was expecting, you know, a pullback here on a 4-hour time frame to go back up, but it broke it and went bearish. So you know what? This one, I'm not even interested. You see, when you don't fuck around. There's so many pairs. If it doesn't look clean, just move on to the next one. Okay, like GA right now, I don't know. Yeah, GCAT. I mean, sorry. The dating the weekly looks beautiful. So the weekly looks beautiful. We got a weekly bearish. We got a retest of this daily area of interest right here, which is perfect, to be honest. Perfect. So we got a daily bearish. We got a weekly bearish. And we got the 4-hour right now. Let's see. 4-hour is still bullish. I mean, we don't have an elbow here, but yeah. So basically going to be waiting. I'm actually going to place an alert here. And this one looks very nice, to be honest. So H4 going bearish. So yeah, so this one I'm going to put it green and move it to the top. This looks pretty good. And the rest we looked at it. And the rest, I don't think there was something nice. I didn't go over all the pairs. And I don't really want to, because we got some nice one right now to look. I don't want to have like 20 pairs to look at, you know. So I'm just gonna go very quickly looking at the weekly, see if there's any clean or retest like this one. NZD USD looking pretty sharp, but it's just ranging here on the daily. But daily flip bearish though. Okay, hold on, wait a second. We might have something here. Daily lower low. And daily lower high. Okay, and we got the pullback also. So basically we got the weekly bearish. We got a weekly bearish. We got the daily bearish. We got a 4-hour. 4-hour is, oh, it's been a while. I didn't update those lines. So 4-hour is actually bearish. So 4-hour low high and lower low. Okay, we got something interesting here. Okay, let's recap. We got a weekly bearish, retesting previous weekly area of interest. We got the daily bearish. We got the pullback. Where's that pullback at? right at the golden zone. Okay, interesting. We got the 4-hour bearish, and where's that pullback at? Inside that H4 golden zone. Whoa. H4, H4, H4 golden zone. There we go. Perfect. And so basically just going to be waiting for H1. So let's mark H1. Let's put the lines for H1. So we got H1 right here. We got H1 high. There we go. And this one right here, we got the H1 higher low. Perfect. Whoops. What did I do? H1. What did I do? H1, H1, higher low. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so gonna be placing alert right here. Actually, let's see on the 30-minute if we got something else here. On the 30-minute, let's do the lines also. 30-minute. Let's do 30-minute bull. And we don't really have an elbow here. So actually, this is going to be it. So actually, yeah, so it's going to be the same place. So for now, yeah. So, yeah, for now, we're going to have to break here. So I hope for price to actually do this then. So I hope for price to do something like this, create a higher high. Once we break and close under this, we're going to wait for the retest to come down. Okay, so that's what I want. But we'll see. But this, actually pretty interested in it now. And I think there's a question. Did I saw something popping up? Hold on, give me one sec. There's something weird with my other screen right now. Oh yeah. Okay. So Alan, how you doing, buddy? Can you go over the AC trade starting from the weekly, bro, please? Yeah, we did it, but we can do it again if you want, if it's gonna help you. I'm all about helping people. So AC. Where is it? Here we go. Okay, so let's start from the weekly. Okay, so let's start from the weekly. So the weekly is bearish. Okay, we all agree on that, right? So the weekly is bearish, and I explained the reason why I was interested in it, to go to the upside, and the reason why I didn't wait for this to go, because usually I always wait my 3 time frame in sync to go for a swing. If I have 2 time frame in sync, I'll go for a day trade, right? But I was ready to hold for a little while, and the reason why is, if you look here, because you got to look also at candlestick formation, and that's exactly what I explained a couple of minutes ago. So you can always rewind a bit and see other explanation, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to explain the same way. But hey, I'm all there to help. But if you look at all those wicks, all those wicks rejected this area here, which is the support. Massive rejection. Plus, last week closed on a nice engulfing candle with a big ass rejection wick, giving a lot of fuel. So those wicks are like rocket fuel to shoot up, or if it's the opposite way, like it's gonna be like super fuel to push down the submarine. You can put it as you want. I'm just trying to have a picture for yourself, guys. But yeah, and plus this week, if you see this huge ass wick pushing back up, I mean, this gave me some, massive confidence. If you look on the daily was bullish. Okay, so daily was bullish. We broke above and we flipped bullish here. Okay, we flipped bullish. We had the pullback, and if you look on the 4-hour time frame, we had the pullback inside that golden zone. We had those doji, meaning that we're about to flip direction, and we had a nice, beautiful pullback inside that H4 golden zone. Once we are inside that H4 golden zone, I actually waited for price to go back bullish. We were basically bearish from there to there, and I think from there to there. Yeah. So once we broke above here, basically here. So here, here. Once we broke here, waited for the pullback. I took the entry on the 30 minutes, so we'll go flip on the lower time frame. So if you look here, usually I always wait for my engulfing candle. And this was beautiful. Also, it was inside that H4 golden zone on H1 also. We had a bit of a smaller body candle. So the thing I did is, this is another strategy I like to use, is I call it the dogtail setup. I actually waited for the tail to be formed on that candle here. And once we broke above that wick, that was my extra confirmation. So for me, it's valid as an engulfing candle. But if we would have broke first, I would not be in. I wait for the wick down, break above, and I take it. So that's why my entry is a bit above here, because of the spread. So yeah, and I write it up. Like I explained earlier, my full TP was supposed to be set at the daily structure, which was right here. But since I was traveling and was not able to manage the trade, I decided to put a 3-1 and be happy with it, right? So yeah, so that's about it. Hopefully that answered the question. What time is it now? Yeah, 6:45. Okay, we're good. So yeah, so that's about it. And I think we took a look on pretty much everything I wanted to take a look. Any questions? Any questions, guys? Yeah, so this one I actually risked 2%, so made a 6% profit out of this trade. Plain and simple, basics. All right, guys. So was really happy to be back from Europe. I'm still jet lagging, so sorry. I realized I was talking sometimes, and sometimes just didn't make sense. But yeah, still jet lagging. I will be back on Tuesday morning for another live trading session, guys. So again, make sure to tune in around 7 a.m. So make sure to activate notifications so you know next time I go live, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Wish you a happy evening, good evening, and cheers to you guys. Take care.